Yay. All right. Good morning, you guys, and welcome to Growing Gratitude. I am a half awake Lori Hector here, sharing with you the gratitude in my life in hopes that it will help you grow yours. That is what the goal is of Growing Gratitude. So I come to you very early on a Sunday morning, every Sunday morning with my bedhead and still in my PJs, and just taking the time out of my week to be grateful for whatever I can be grateful for each week as it goes by. Because I think that if I take the time out of my life to publicly and verbally and just very intentionally share my gratitude, that it will become easier for me to see it and find it, and it will continue to grow in my life. And as we know, gratitude brings you all kinds of other joys when you carry an attitude of gratitude. So that's the kind of overall hope of this big shindig here. But now we're here, you guys, and it's early, really early for some of us who are on the West Coast. Yeah, but it's a good time because it's quiet. Good morning, Bernard. Good morning, Morgan. Morning, Nancy. Thank you for getting up early with us. Yeah, it's just that kind of day. It's a sweet spot Sunday morning. It's really quiet. Morning, Stevie. And nobody really bothers you. So I really enjoy the Sunday morning. So you remember, you guys, I had moved it to this crazy time because of the food truck. And then we had to stop doing the food truck for a little bit. So I kind of left it in hopes that we would come back. And then I just had a conversation with Antonio last night, and he was like, hey, we're probably not going to be back on Sundays until spring, like till the weather gets nicer. And I was like, oh, well, then I guess I could move Growing Gratitude to be a little later. But I decided no. I kind of like this little quiet sweet spot, and I like that it's the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning. Like, I haven't even had coffee yet or anything. I literally get up and like rinse off my face, throw on some chapstick and a hoodie, and come here to join you guys. So really, I like that. I like the authenticity of it. I like that it's quiet and nothing else has happened yet today to sort of disturb my thoughts. I kind of like that part too. So I'm going to leave it regardless. I'm just going to leave it right here at this time in the morning. And if it's too early for you, you'll catch it on the repeat. That's all. But yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Hey, Michelle, good morning. Good morning, Bill. You guys are all here this morning. Thank you so much for coming. A lot of you folks that come are my SDLers, the folks that have taken my self-defined living course. Hopefully the rest of you watching will be in the next cohort in February. My January newsletter is coming out shortly. I think I'm going to put a wait list in the January newsletter. And if you're on that wait list, I'm going to give you guys first access to the scholarships as they come in. So keep a lookout for that. Yeah. That's the first time I'm announcing it. So, hey, if you heard it here on Growing Gratitude, you're hearing it first. So get on that mailing list because not mailing list, the waiting list. Because if I do the waiting list and then I get scholarships in, I'm going to go to that waiting list first to give out the scholarships. So just make sure that when it probably have something on there where if you need a scholarship or you'd like a scholarship, you can kind of denote that. We'll see. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Anyway, that's all coming. That's where my bringing is at this morning. It still hasn't put itself in order, but I did want to share that with you guys and just kind of remind you that the next run of the course is coming in February and to get ready. Yay. Okay. Anyway, moving right along. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much for recommending it to people. I've had, because you guys have been so wonderful about sharing your experience, I've had a lot of people coming to be wondering when I'm doing it live next, which is so great because I haven't even really started to put together the marketing or the I haven't even decided on the dates of the classes yet and stuff like that. But I already have people interested. And I know that's because you guys are out there talking all about the growth that you guys are doing. And I'm just so proud of you. So proud of you guys. Anyway, moving on. Before I get myself all goofy and silly over self-defined living, let's move on to gratitude. So I wrote myself a nice little list today, but I'm going to start off my list and give my first gratitude to my husband today. My first gratitude goes to my husband Antonio today because yesterday, okay, you guys know I've been feeling like shit. I mean, it's not, you guys have been sending me so many supportive, thank you for all of your supportive messages, comments, your good thoughts, your positive energy, because it helps. It really does help to know that you're not out there alone. And when you do share this really vulnerable stuff, that people are listening and they give a shit. That was a really good feeling. So thank you guys for showing your support to me after the last live where I talked about suicidal ideations and intrusive thoughts. So it's been a tough week for me. And cleaning the house and cleaning myself and doing the laundry has not been a priority. As we know, when our mental health tanks, our energy tanks, right? And then we don't have the spoons to do the things that we should be doing. Well, yesterday, Antonio just decided that I've been depressed for quite some time and that I just didn't have the wherewithal, the energy to push myself out of the inertia, right? I didn't have the loop kick. I didn't have the energy, and I knew there were things to do and I was sleeping. I just didn't have the motivation, right? The depression sucks that motivation out of you. And yesterday my husband just said, you know what, Beck, let's do it. Let's clean the house. Just get up. Who cares? You're in your pajamas. We can go really slow, take breaks. We'll go the whole day, however long it takes. Let's clean the house. Because and he said back to me my own words, which is like, I don't know, sometimes it feels like a slap in the face and sometimes it feels like a giant win. And he said, because if you keep yourself in motion, you're not going to succumb to the inertia. So let's get up and do something that will help us feel better about how we're doing things. And my husband, if he didn't throw my own words in my face and get me up off the couch and cleaning the house. And we did it. We did take the whole day. We took a break for lunch. We didn't rush, whatever. And we got the house clean. Not only did I get the house clean, together, but I did 4 loads of laundry, you guys. I did my sheets. I did my towels. I did the rugs from the bathroom. And then I did our clothes. And I did it all. And I folded it all. So waking up this morning, and we showered, right? On top of it, it'd been like 4 days since I showered. The depression had just sucked it all out of me. And then after cleaning, he's like, come on, don't lose it. Let's get in the shower. Let's get ourselves clean. The house will be clean. The sheets are clean. We'll be clean. You'll feel a lot better. And he was right, because I'm right, which is sick, right? It's sick that my own words coming out of someone else's mouth worked, right? But it's so brilliant. Because if it works for him to say those things to me, it definitely works for me to say those things to you guys. And for sure, when you guys are saying it to each other, it definitely works, right? And so I couldn't deny his rightness, and I had to go with it. And I had to just get up off the couch and try. And because I did that, and because he asked me to do that, today I'm waking up a little less heavy. A little less like I have so many things to do and I don't want to do any of them. And at least I feel like I took care of myself. My hair might not look great, but I'm clean. And I might not be matching, but I'm clean, right? And my house is clean and the sheets are clean and all of the things that we know are the things that keep us out of a deep hole are done. And so, Antonio, thank you. Thank you to my husband. My giant gratitude goes to you for yesterday and getting me off of my really sad butt, because sometimes we all just need a kick in it, Everybody just needs a kick in the butt sometimes. So I'm grateful for that. And I did say plenty of thank yous to him yesterday and this morning. But I wanted to really take the time because I know how lucky I am to have him in my life. I know how lucky I am to have found him and that he's kind of agreed to go on this journey with me, that he wants to do this growing too. So it's been pretty amazing. And I'm grateful for that as well. I'm grateful to just have him in my life at all, to have my person, right? It makes a big difference. Anyway, so that's my one gratitude for today. My next gratitude is sort of part of that, because the first part of that, before he got me off to clean yesterday, the day before, which was Christmas, you guys, he said, we are home, we're alone, it's just us and our dogs, let's go for a hike. It is a beautiful day. And it was this epic 50-something day on Christmas here. It has been so cold and snowy, and snow makes it hard to hike sometimes and all of these things. And on top of it, we have all 4 dogs that we have to manage and take with us hiking. And on top of that, Gus is still learning leash walking, because we don't have to do so much leash walking up here as we do back in the cities. So he hasn't had as much practice with leash walking. And then, of course, I have my giant Miss Fiona, who is also only 2 years old. And where she was before, they didn't do a lot of training before she was rehomed to us. So she too needs leash walk training. And then there's the whole other layer of it, which is that they have to learn to function as a pack. We have to learn to walk as a pack of 6, right? And that usually means for Antonio and I dividing the dogs. And that's okay. We don't mind doing that. And then we have to kind of walk in a fashion so that it keeps the dogs in a pack, because that's the goal, is to get them to do a pack walk. Because when they do a pack walk, they keep the same pace. And that's really exciting. Walter stinks at keeping the same pace. Walter's a hound dog, and he is, I don't know, his nose is in charge of everything, I guess. And so when we go on hikes, he stops all the time, like dead stops, like could pull my arm out. I don't know he stopped because he finds a smell. And so as a pack, we all have to learn to kind of walk around that, since Walter is the alpha. And so we do a lot of teaching the other dogs to stop when Walter stops, right? And go smell what Walter's smelling and all of that stuff. And so that's what we did on Sunday for our Christmas. Our Christmas present to each other was this gorgeous midwinter hike that we normally don't get because it's always so cold. And we finally have the car that works for all 4 dogs. And so the 4 of them can get in. And so off we went on Christmas to this amazing hike. And I was going to try and stop and video for you guys, but it was too much with the dogs. There's still so much learning to do. And it wasn't that long of a hike, but it was a great practice. And it was a good understanding for Fiona, who struggles a lot with anxiety, to be exposed to just going in the car, to not go to the vet, to not go somewhere terrible, but to go and have fun, that the car can take you to fun places. And it's not always a bad, nerve-wracking thing to get in the car. In any case, so my next gratitude goes, I guess, to nature, Christmas, all of those things, for the holiday spirit, and for really just having a moment on Sunday that belonged to us as a family, and really making the day special, right? Because especially this year, the holiday felt really like off. I felt super detached from it. I felt a different kind of sadness this year than I felt before. I missed people in a different way this year than I've missed them before. And it's almost like I really felt like I'm mourning Christmas's past. Like Christmas is going to be different forever now. It's just always going to be different now. And so I just felt like I was sad that people won't have that same kind of Christmas for a while, and maybe ever again. I don't know. In any case, so it was a difficult holiday, hard to be away from family, hard to have a Zoom call be enough, hard to just, I don't know, just know that everybody's Christmas is different. And so having the hike reminded me that different can be good, right? That sometimes different kinds of holidays and changing up your traditions can be a good thing. And I think the combination of being out in the world, out in nature, and just in my safe space, and then with all of my safe creatures, I was with all 4 of my dogs and my husband, and we were working as a unit. And that kind of teamwork is so precious. And then their joy when they got home, they were so excited that they went for a hike and came home, and the naps that they took, the naps were adorable. They were all just so tired from this hike. It was great. So it ended up being a really beautiful Christmas, even though it didn't feel like Christmas. So yeah, that's where my next gratitude goes. It goes for my wonky 4 dogs that still haven't learned how to walk in a pack yet, and our beautiful hike on Sunday, which absolutely made my day. Watching them, how they pair off and how they do things, like Gus and Penny, always together. Penny raised Gus when he came in as a puppy. She was like, that's my puppy. I'm going to take care of him. And so they're inseparable. She's really close with him. And so that's kind of separated her relationship from Walter a little bit. They used to be really close. And then when Fiona came in the house, Walter fell in love. He really, really loves and has always loved big dogs, bigger than him. And he's a big dog. So there's not that many dogs that are bigger than him. And so it was really nice to see how happy he was to have another dog in the house. And they have bonded in this really special way where almost everybody bothers Walter. He's like a cranky old man already at 5. But Fiona doesn't bother Walter. Even when she goes over to nudge him, he kind of has a sweet spot for her and he doesn't get annoyed at her. And so that was sweet. It was sweet to watch him kind of not stopping at all of his spots because he was walking with Fiona and trying to kind of teach her how to heel and teach her how to kind of stay in pocket and all of those things. It was really sweet. And that whole day just kind of warmed my heart. That was the biggest present in the whole wide world. And I loved it. So that's my second gratitude. My second gratitude goes to our Christmas hike. which I desperately needed for my mental health. And also because it filled my heart with love about my puppies. And that was a really, really special part of my day on Christmas. Yes, today is, so yesterday, day before, Friday was Christmas. There it is. Friday was Christmas. So that was on Friday. And then I think my last and largest gratitude this week is kind of a surprise one. Talked a little bit about it on Tuesday if you were watching Being Back Alive. My giantest, biggest, hugest, humongous gratitude this week goes to Mother Nature and solstice. Happy solstice, everybody. Yes, I am a witchy person. I don't believe in organized religion, and I guess Wicca is probably the closest to anything I've ever believed in, really nature-based, and I really appreciate it. And I really do believe that we all have our own magic. And when I get really depressed and in a funk like this, I lose my magic. I feel like my magic is lost. And I don't like that feeling. And I want it back very badly. And for a brief moment this week, solstice gave me joy. It gave me gratitude. And why? Why, you ask? Well, first of all, it's just a really poignant part of the year for a lot of us, and especially people who are part of the Wicca religion. This is a really important time of year. But also because, as you know, I continue to talk about my seasonal depression, and solstice represents the shortest day of the year, the day with the least amount of sunshine. And for me, that means that every day after that, it's getting better, man. Every day after that's a little bit longer. It's a little bit more sunshine. And if I can make it to solstice through my depression, I know I'll get through the rest of it. And so making it to solstice this year was definitely a gratitude moment, knowing that every day after and every day since then, the days are getting longer. And by the time February comes around, things will begin to lift, right? And March, and everything will get better. And I'll have made it through another year's worth of seasonal depression. And I think, honestly, this year I've made it through the best so far. And I want to talk about that, of course. But third and most important gratitude this week goes out to solstice and Mother Nature. Thank you so much for marking the shortest day of the year. So I have the halfway mark for my seasonal depression. And so that I can say to myself every day after solstice, it's like another hour of sunshine back. It's another day. It's another longer day. And so, yeah, yes, the Great Conjunction, of course, too, Stevie. How could I not mention the Great Conjunction? So, right, if you weren't looking at the sky, or if you don't live someplace where it gets really dark, and even though I live in great sky viewing area, you know, it's still the sky. You can't see it perfectly unless you have a telescope, but we have the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, boop, and they come together. They don't actually come together. If we were in space, they would just be passing and we wouldn't see anything, and that would just be it. But because of where we are and the way things are all lined up, and it's the way that it is, they crossed paths. And when they cross paths like that, it looks like they become one giant star. And that's amazing. We call it the Christmas star because it only comes around this time of year. And it's only every certain amount of years that it comes around to, which I forgot. But yes, that also happened. So, yeah, it's a good week for witches this week, I think. It felt really good to run into solstice, to have the Great Conjunctions, you know, to sort of be sitting in, right, not since 1226. Thank you, CV. I have right here in my chat, I have all the answers. So it makes me look very smart. So that it's really big. But solstice has this really special place in my heart because it's my halfway point, because it means that I've made it to a certain place, because it means, like, if I was running into the forest and trying to get through it, I would be on my way out of the forest now. And that's how I feel. I'm on my way out of the darkness. And it's a little thing that I can use on a daily basis to say to myself, you're getting there. You're getting through. It'll pass, right? It's not forever. And that's really it. Those are my giant gratitudes for this week. They were pretty big. And I think when I'm feeling really low, my gratitudes feel huge to me, because the things that I have to be grateful for just feel like these humongous gifts from the universe. And that's how solstice felt. That's how this hike felt. It felt like a gift from the universe. That's how my husband kicking me in the butt yesterday felt. It was another gift from the universe, right? Reminding me that I'm making all of these right choices that are all in alignment with the life that I want to live. And because I continue to make all of those Small choices in alignment when I really need things, they're here because I've chosen the right things to surround myself with. And that's what my gratitude is really about. It's about being grateful that I've made some really good, smart, scary choices that are really paying off. And it's really important that I acknowledge the work that I took to get here, but also that it's working and that I have things to be grateful for. And I just hope, all of my hopes is that when I do this here, I inspire you to do it in your life. So spend some time this week, spend some time today, please, thinking about this week and thinking about the things that you have to be grateful for. You had your holidays. What part of the holiday experience were you grateful for this year? Maybe not having to go to the family dinner is the thing you're grateful for. Maybe not having to buy so many presents this year is the thing you're grateful for. I don't know, but spend like a half an hour, most a half an hour, 10 to 15 minutes usually does it for me, to really find the gratitudes from your week. Write them down. If you don't have a live stream, write a blog of it, keep some notes of it, or just say it out loud to someone you live with. But make a point to, or even go outside and say it out loud to nature. I find that's often really good to give your gratitudes to nature and just out loud. Because I think when we are forced to say them out loud, it makes them very real. It makes them tangible. And it's that tangible gratitude that we need a lot of in our life. So go out there in the world and enjoy your Sunday, find your gratitudes, acknowledge them out loud, and then try to grow them in your life, right? Create some joy, share some joy. That's where we get our gratitude from. And I will be back on Tuesday with the next Being Back Alive. It will be my last Being Back Alive of 2020. So we'll talk a little bit about the new year and what that means. I'm going to share my F words with you on Tuesday. My new bracelet came in, so I can share that with you as well. So do me a favor, you guys. Spend some time today, taking the time out of your day for your gratitudes, and then think about Tuesday. Think about the end of the year and what did this year mean to you? What did you learn? What did you leave? What are you going to leave? Right? What lessons are you taking, but emotions are you leaving? Right? What good alignment choices are you taking with you, and what poor alignment choices are you leaving behind? This is a great time to think about it. And it's also a great time to set some goals for the next year about the way you want your alignment to look, the things you would like to do for yourself, where you'd like to make changes, and of course, where you can add in your joy, right? So think about that stuff and be ready for me on Tuesday, because that's the stuff I'm going to share with you on Being Back Alive. We're going to talk about preparing for the new year. I'll probably talk about the course again, because we're getting there. It's January, which means it's almost February, which means I got to get moving and get working on getting it ready for everyone, because as you guys know, Unit 2 was too much. So I have a lot of work to do on that and fix that. And as you also know, I'm still running through the course with that special group who were granted the course, which is exciting, from Comic Relief. So thank you, Comic Relief. The people at Specialist Stern are having the course, and they're doing great in it. They're having a great time. It's going just as well as it went for cohort 1. Not at all surprised. Having some really great discussions come out of it, and that's what I hope will be the continued growth for 2021. That's what I really want out of 2021, is a big boom with the course. I want everyone to want to take it, and I want to give it out to as many people as I can. So fingers crossed on that one. I will see you guys out and about on the interwebs, and I will, of course, see you on Tuesday with Being Back Alive. Please let me know if you like what I'm doing or don't like what I'm doing with your thumbs up or thumbs down. They mean the world to me. They let me know who actually feels touched by the shit that I'm doing here. So your thumbs up mean a lot. Your views mean a lot. Your shares mean a ton. That's the stuff that lets me know that I'm still doing stuff that's worth doing and that I'm not wasting my spoon. So please take the time out to at least do that. Subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Comments are appreciated always. Feel free to comment wherever you see this video. And then, of course, you can email me directly at info@beccalaurie.com, or just use the contact page on my website. All right, you guys, that is my gratitude for this Sunday. I will see you on Tuesday with Being Back Alive. And until then, I will see you out on the interwebs. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Go do something fun. Share it with others, and be grateful that you could do it. Bye, guys.